Ready to call the meeting to order. Thanks everyone for being here. And we will go in through the entire agenda to approve the minutes, the previous minutes. Is that what we're going to do? Our first item?
We cannot because.
Okay, we don't have an quorum. Okay. Public comments? Okay, library reports, adult services.
Great. Great, thank you. So my name is Jose Gonzalez, so I'll be telling you guys exactly what's going on in our neck of the woods in the adult services. So we'll start off with the little library. So this last time that I went to the little libraries, I visited 12 little libraries with close to 105 books that I donated. And I went to the Municipal Court, Olivera Park, Prax Oribe, Stell, Central Avenue Park, Seville Gardens, Portway, BTXL, and a few others. So what I truly enjoy is that the community is out there doing a little bit of scavenger hunting to find out which little libraries are out there that we don't know about yet. So right now, there's a couple of pending out there in the community that have told me, Jose, I know where they are, but I don't know exactly the name of it, but I'll let you know. And some of them actually are popping up in residences too, people's homes. So definitely the community is going to come out and let me know about it. But I'm sorry, Mr.
Do we have any in the Cameron Park area?
I know there's one in the Centro Cultural. Yes, but as far as deeper into Karen Park, not that I know of. But we can definitely take advantage of it. And then on Wednesday, I'll be traveling again to see what other little libraries I can go to that I couldn't have time to go on the last trip. Next slide. So our little seed library has been growing and growing here at Southmost. These are pictures that the community had sent me via email that they do take our plants. And as you can see, they're out there growing. I know the gentleman who actually sent me the picture on the very bottom. He says that he actually uses them as garnishes for tacos and for soups and whatnot. So he said they taste pretty well, and he's very happy that we're actually giving back to the community in regards to food distribution in that matter. We have some mushrooms as well that Courtney got for us not too long ago, and they've been blooming as well. And the gentleman told me that at Gonzalez Park, they do plan to come up with a meal on using mushrooms. So I did tell them to maybe send me a video or send me some pictures of the recipe. But yes, those are actual pictures that people are sending us in regards to our plants. Next. Somebody come in. You have a lot of them, so y'all want to go anytime. So our adult computer classes have been hit again. So we're getting here at almost more than 11 patrons. They've been very exciting. Every single semester, there's always different people. And every single class as well, there's always different people. Like in that class, we're teaching Libre Writer. And that class actually gets really busy as well. Mango Languages is coming up. Canva was huge as well. That one's pretty huge as well. So definitely we're getting a lot of traction, a lot of people that have been very interested in coming to the classes. And it hasn't stopped. Sometimes it seems like there's only about 11, but it seems that there's more like 20 or 30 because they have a lot of questions to ask. And it's always motivation for actually us to continue going. So we have been teaching Canva, file folders, Mango Languages, internet security. So we always take into consideration what patrons really want to learn, and then we offer it the next semester. So we did have our class called Let's Get Cooking. So we do have cooking classes for adults. This time around, we had apple nachos, which was a simple dish. And yet we actually gathered more than 43 people that came in for that class here in this area. So it was very rewarding to have these patrons because, of course, we want to go by New Year, New You in January. So we actually offered some dish that's also healthy and easy to make. So therefore, we actually went ahead and we did some apple nachos with the community. So that was a huge hit as well. And right now, in about 15, 20 minutes, we're gonna have our Sewing Hearts. That one was a huge hit last year, so we brought it back. And definitely we're getting a lot of traction, people wondering like, what's going on? What are we doing? We were getting emails, we're getting calls. So we will be having that in about a few minutes here at Southmost. So anybody is welcome. We have all the materials ready. And I will say that the community really embarrasses us sometimes because they're so talented. And then once we do ours, I mean, it's nothing compared to what they do. But we do have that. We have coming up our partnership. We've had a great partnership with Friendship of Women. So we will be having that event here at Southmost on February the 26th. It's okay to ask for help. So we'll be talking about relationships, how to live healthy relationships amongst ourselves. So it will be coming over. And of course, the computer classes continue with Canva, files and folders, Mango languages, internet security. And I'm sure those will be a huge hit as well. That's it. Thank you.
Going back to the libraries, the Plum Society of South Texas is in the process of donating to the library 500 books. Maybe you can use them in the small lab. So that's to be decided by your director.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for that report.
Thank you, sir.
Youth Services.
All right, hello everyone. My name is Kayla Trevino. I am the children's librarian here at the Southmost Library. I'll be talking a little bit about what we have going. So in January, we had several of our regular programs, including our special kids program, which was DIY picture frames. And we did kind of a Decoden style picture frame decor where you use kind of like silicone to pipe onto the frames, and then you'd put as many charms on it as you possibly can. So at Southmost, we had a total of 7 programs for the month, and our attendance was 166 total. At Maine, we had 9 programs, and they had 360 total. And then we also had some field trips over at the Maine branch with 44 kids that we saw during those field trips. And then in February, we are having our Valentine's Day party. So we're going to have some snacks and drinks for the kids, and we're just going to put out a bunch of paper and jewels and other little things that they can use to make their own Valentine's Day cards. Then we're having a finger painting kids night. So we're going to do like a negative space finger painting. They're going to use tape to put like a letter or a picture or something, and then they're going to paint around it. And then when they remove the tape, they'll have like the silhouette of their image. And then we had taken a little bit of a break from our toddler play date and our sensory friendly play date. But these are back, they're up and running. We already had them this month because they happen pretty early in the month. It's usually the first week. And we had a really great attendance for both of them. Toddler play date is basically open play. We have climbers and toys and things for kids to come and interact with other kids and just play with the toys. And then our sensory friendly is for kids with special needs. And in that one, we have different sensory bins. The environment's a little bit calmer, and they can play with the sensory bins and meet other kids as well.
What time is your sensory friendly play date?
It is from 5 to 6, and it's the first Thursday of the month. And then we'll also continue with our story times, our story cuentos, and then of course our Lego days. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you for that report. Teen Services.
Yeah, so I'm Lucinda Zamora Wiley, Lucy, and I am new to Southmost as of January-ish, really. And so from what I understand, we kind of were at 0 numbers of teens in programming because there wasn't a teen librarian here for a while. So we're trying to revive Southmost numbers, and so far so good. Next slide, please. Our first big tween night, which BPL has never hosted before until January 16th, was amazing. We hosted, technically it was from ages 9 through 12, but there were some, I think a 13 and 14-year-old also. And that was fine with us. And on the next slide, you'll see some pictures of some very joyful kids as they did some crafts with us, some digital game playing. That was a whole group picture we took at the beginning of the night when everybody was fresh and not so exhausted. And then they did some crafts. We even did, I think it was a cat wedding that the kids made out of clay, which was fantastic. We ended up maxing out and we had a wait list for this event. So we had about 24 kiddos, and maybe next year that will grow with a little bit more staff, especially because on the next slide, we did a survey and 100% said they would love to come back for a tween night if we did it again. So there were lots of favorite events. Mini golf was the least favorite, but the kids,
They were not very good at it.
they were not very good at it. Maybe that had some.
That's why.
But they just loved hanging out at the library, and most of the the kids that came had a friend or a sibling they brought, which I think just made the time extra special. So their favorite thing was just hanging out at the library, watching films. There were tons of snacks. Everybody raved about the snacks, everything from pizza to nachos. They didn't even care, and they didn't even know that we forgot to give them their paletas. They were totally oblivious. So that was amazing. Next slide. And that was a partnership, by the way, between Kayla and the kids and the team services librarians. So in January, we hosted our first Cards Against Humanity night. That's me playing with just my little bit of customers, but we ended up having 5 kiddos show up, which from 0 to 5 is kind of a big thing. And then the clipboard event brought, like, in the teens out. I think there were 14 people that ended up coming for the clipboard. Teen Anime Night is drawing probably about 6 to 8 people solidly. And then we were most excited for last week when we had our Valentine's night. I think we broke a record here. I think we were at 16 people, which is super exciting because we're getting bigger and bigger as the word is getting out about our teen programming here. So super, super excited about that. Next slide. And we're getting really jazzed about some upcoming programs. We have this week we're hosting a homework hangout on Thursday, free pizza and free drinks at 6 o'clock. And we're just trying to get teens drawn in here so that they feel like this is their second home. And so hopefully we'll have a good turnout with that. We're trying to spread the word. And then we'll have another great teen anime film at the end of the month. So super excited about. And we're already planning our summer reading program events, which should be pretty fancy. That's all I've got.
Thank you for that. Makerspace.
Hello, everyone. Anthony Chavarria, your Makerspace advisor here at Southmost. Just a quick update. So our shrink charm event at the main branch through Route 28. We had pretty good turnout for that. They were able to make custom shrink charms. Just use heat guns to make them. Everyone was pretty excited about that. Next. We still have our Reading Buddies program. So at the main branch last month they had 70. We did not do Reading Buddies last month here at Southmost due to the weather, but it will still be coming back moving forward. And then our latest big event that we had here was our Intro to DTF program, which was a K-pop Demon Hunters themed. Over here we had 81, and the February 23rd we'll have it at the main branch. Ever since we've had that event, we've had the DTF printer running pretty much every day up until the Super Bowl because everyone was making their custom T-shirts and their shirts for it. It was just nonstop in Makerspace for that new machine. And then our upcoming events for February, as like I said, the Intro to DTF at the main branch, Reading Buddies continuing here. And then we have something new that we're doing here at Southmost, which is a Pokemon Club that we're starting here in partnership with the American Library Association. Any questions?
Questions? Thank you for that report. Outreach.
My name is Courtney Taylor. I'm the Library Services Coordinator. This month we went to the Winter Texans Expo. This is the second time that we've been to this event and been heavily promoted there. We had 2 tables, one being a makerspace demo for the 3D printing and the other basic library services. The point of going to this type of outreach is to engage with our Winter Texan community so that they know what our resources are here in Brownsville. We heavily promoted the new Libby app, as well as showing other online services that they can use throughout the year, even though they're not here in Brownsville. We had some library cards done and saw over 250 people. So overall, it was a pretty good event for us. That's all I have to present for this month. Does anybody have any questions, queries, concerns?
Questions? Thanks for that report. Utilization statistics.
Hello, my name is Lisa Rodriguez, and I have a couple of updates. We did want to talk to you about our Libby app. Official date was January 30th, and from there, we've had 454 checkouts with 30 holds, so it's doing very well. We got a lot of positive comments from our patrons saying congratulations. We got some memes on there. Finally, so we're getting very positive reviews from patrons, so that's good. And another thing, for the children's fiction collection, we started adding genres to them. We're about 3/4 done here at Southmost, and then we're going to jump to the main library. And Kayla worked on some genres that she brought them down to 8. And those range from adventure, friendship, humor, mystery, scary, realistic, and sports and sci-fi. And then we're hoping that will help the children kind of gear them towards what they really want to read and set expectations for them as well. So we're hoping that works out fine for us. Other than that, that's pretty much it for me right now.
Thank you for that information. Any questions from anyone? Questions? Any information from our director?
No, it's been a pretty program-filled month overall. I guess the biggest thing is we are hosting interviews this month, so hopefully you'll be seeing some new faces by next month. But it ranges everything from library aides, maintenance, supervisors, branch manager. So crossing our fingers that by next month, we've got more help on board.
And branch managers, just a question, are you interviewing within or from the outside?
From the outside.
From the outside. No one from within has applied or is?
No. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Okay, any other questions? Then we don't need a motion, right? Because this is just a discussion. Jeremy.
Questions?
Yes, sorry. Hi, folks. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. I do have a question for our library director, actually. And I don't know if this is the appropriate time to ask this kind of question. But with the other folks on the call today, I'm just genuinely curious, and this might be like a conversation I might offline and set up a conversation with the library director on, but I'm genuinely curious if there's any interest in trying to coordinate some sort of like at least within the public library, both at the library on Southmost and the main branch, there's a lot of really good front space. There's these like windows where kind of like flyers and events kind of go up to let the community know. I'm genuinely curious if there's any interest or what would it take to sort of use maybe some of those spaces to print out. I know we have giant printers at our libraries. Know your rights information for our community. I feel like the public library is a community resource, and I think it would be great to sort of print out large scale either know your rights information or conversely print out sort of like just information for community to know where to access local immigration resources, just sort of as a general nonpartisan sort of like informational opportunity to kind of engage and kind of educate the community, given everything that's happening in our communities currently. I'll stop. That's basically my question.
Yeah, we can go ahead and take a look at it, so long as it's bipartisan, just informational. There shouldn't be an issue in having it available to the public.
Okay, and I can follow up and set up a conversation for like a more specific one-on-one to see what that might look like, and then maybe we can bring something like that to the next meeting to the board to have a conversation about.
Sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. no further discussions, then we are adjourned.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for being here.
Thank you.